Okay, hello everyone. Couple of updates for you today. First, we've got the Snap apocalypse, and it looks like a couple of whining left wing judges have come out and said that the this is going to affect people too much. It's too much, and they're going to force Trump to fund Snap. Here's some information on that on these newest updates here.
13 is on your side.
Today, tens of millions of Americans are feeling the impact of a government shutdown that has spanned 34 days. Funding for SNAP benefits officially halted over the weekend, and major airports are stretched thin on staffing, causing long lines and delays as the shutdown drags on. Christian Cordero has the latest.
Today, for the first time in its 60-year history, funding for SNAP food assistance benefits have officially run out. Nearly 42 million Americans rely on SNAP to help put food on the table, including single mother of four, Heather Ann Falta.
So the fact that my food budget is gone is seriously disheartening.
Over the weekend, a Rhode Island federal judge clarified his ruling to say the emergency funds must be used now to protect SNAP. The administration hasn't commented on the order, but previously said emergency funds can only be used through an act of Congress. Democrats accuse the president of withholding emergency funds on purpose.
It's very unfortunate that Donald Trump and Republicans have decided to weaponize hunger and withhold SNAP benefits.
The gridlock continues in Washington as Democrats insist on passing a spending bill that extends Affordable Care Act subsidies, something Republicans say they'll...
See, it extends because the Democrats refuse to let this health care bill go. So it's the Democrats that are starving people, not the Republicans.
Only negotiate once the government reopens. President Trump on CBS's 60 Minutes.
We should fix it, and we can fix it with the Democrats. All they have to do is let the country open and we'll fix it.
The shutdown's ripple effect is leaving roughly 1.4 million federal workers without pay, causing long lines and delays from staffing shortages at major airports. The TSA line at a Houston airport this weekend extended outside the terminal with an estimated wait time of 3 hours.
If the government doesn't open in the next week or two, we'll look back as these were the good days, not the bad days. It's only going to get worse.
By law, members of Congress are still getting paid. TSA workers and air traffic controllers are among those forced to work without pay. Heading into the weekend here in the New York area, the FAA said nearly 80% of air traffic controllers called out sick. Christian Cordero, ABC News, New York.
And we've just learned some breaking news on those SNAP benefits. Federal court documents now show the government plans on partially funding November SNAP benefits. We'll have more details online on 13 on Your Side.
There was a Republican that ended up putting a bill on the for proposal that politicians should not be paid during shutdowns like this, and I completely agree with that. The troops are going without pay. Air traffic controllers are going without pay. You got the SNAP thing and Social Security and whatnot being shut down as well. But these shitbags all continue to collect their paycheck, and there's no incentive there for them to really put the pedal to the floor and get something done, because you're not going without pay. You can take it as long as you want and then just keep, pretending that you're crying over all the poor innocent taxpayers that are going on without getting anything. So politicians shouldn't get paid. But there's one thing here, additional thing that I wanted to share with you. This is the SNAP collapse threatens Walmart, Kroger, and other retailers. Millions could see price increases as a result. Now, this is crazy about how much, when you really look into this stuff and you learn about how much the taxpayers subsidize all of these companies. I mean, it's us regular old working Joe and Janes are the ones that are keeping all of these companies going. Even with these programs, and the circle completes itself. It's because of us that's doing it. I'm going to read you here and explain what that is. The ongoing U.S. government shutdown is now 31 days old, making it the second longest in history. Although the economic plan for this has been accumulating for much of October, on November 1st is expected to be turned up a notch. It's already happened, obviously. That's because President Donald Trump's administration originally decided not to tap into a contingency fund to pay for supplemental nutrition assistance, the SNAP, beyond this date. SNAP benefits or food stamps, as are more commonly known, are a key pillar of America's social safety net. Any disruption to the system could have far-reaching implications, not only for the program's beneficiaries, but also for retailers and consumers nationwide. Here's what's at stake. David Ramsey warns nearly 50% of Americans are making one big Social Security mistake. Oh, fuck, it's some stupid fucking thing. I hate it when they put random dumbass ads and shit in the middle of what you're reading. Like, it has nothing to do with this. SNAP is the largest anti-hunger program in the country. Roughly 12.3% of the country's population relies on at least some food stamps, which is 42 million people, or nearly the size of Canada's entire population, according to USDA Data 1. In 2023, roughly 83% of these benefits went to households with young children, seniors, or people with disabilities. According to the USDA, SNAP benefits are literally the lifeline that feeds us at the end of the month, Juan Sorrow, a SNAP recipient, told CNN. Fortunately, the program has avoided any major disruptions for much of its existence until now. Benefits have lapsed since the system was launched during the Great Depression. Efforts are underway to reverse this lapse as a coalition of 23 Democratic Attorney General and 3 Democrat governors are suing the Agricultural Department over its decisions to avoid using contingency funds to partially sustain. I don't give a fuck about that. I want to get to the part about this guy's yapping on and on. So, the impact on retailers. Food stamps are not just a benefit for vulnerable families, but a key source of revenue for the retailers across the country. Now, that's already a given, right? It's that people have their SNAP benefits, they go to Walmart, they go to Kroger, wherever, they purchase all of their groceries. Now they're talking about the amount these businesses make as a result of the SNAP purchases. Walmart alone accounts for 24% of total SNAP spending, according to market research data from Numerator 6. That means that if the funding for the program lapses, the retail giant stands to lose an estimated $2 billion. Wolf Research Analysis Spencer Haynes estimates that discount retailers like Dollar General and Dollar Tree could also see a hit to mid-single-digit revenue if the program is suspended. Kroger and Costco are also exposed. Now, I want you to think about that for a minute, okay? All of us working class Joey bag of donuts are all going to Walmart and we're making our purchases the old-fashioned way, with our money. In the meantime, we're subsidizing all of these other families. We're baby mama and baby daddies for all of these families that are taking SNAP. They're turning around, using our taxpayer dollars, going to Walmart and purchasing stuff for themselves. So think about it like this. We are double buying from Walmart every week, every month, every year, because there's our purchases, then there's our tax dollars that are being used to purchase for SNAP for these other families. And Walmart is just sucking all of this money in from and from all of us, all of the taxpayers. It is getting double revenue from all of us. Our regular expenditures, the SNAP benefits that have been taken through no control of our own, are our tax money that we pay. I mean, and they're talking about the money they're going to lose. They're going to lose $2 billion if this continues and they don't get the SNAP purchases, which are from working class families paying all this. I mean, imagine if you could save the money for putting into SNAP and put it on your own family's table. I think about the extra money that you would have. Are you struggling with getting groceries right now? Have you had to stop buying certain things? What would you be able to buy if this money went back into your pocket instead of going to them so they can pump it into Walmart's system and Walmart can make double revenue off of everyone? Walmart isn't making, the SNAP recipient doesn't actually have any money. You've made it off of tax dollars. So it's basically us and then the federal government, that's who they're making money from. Of course, subsidized by the taxpayers. This is just another abuse of taxpayer dollars. This is why I don't have any sympathy for the system shutting down. The more these things happen, the more it gets broken down, and the more you see how all of this works, and you realize, that's why one of the many reasons why Walmart as a corporation is a $1 billion franchise. It will never go out of business. And you remember when local businesses and local mom and pop shops got shut down during COVID, Walmart got to keep running. All they had to do, you remember that when you went to Walmart, all you had to do was the person was standing outside with a tablet and they were tracking how many people were in there, and then you stood in line like an idiot out in the cold, and then when it got to you, they said, okay, go ahead and go in, and then they wanted you to follow the stupid arrows and make your purchases and go. They got to stay open and keep making their money. Mom and pop shops all got shut down. All because Walmart is essentially being subsidized by the federal government because of this SNAP, which is provided by taxpayer dollars. So we buy our own stuff and they get their government subsidy too. While the people that utilize that don't have to pay $1 out of pocket because they used our money. And they're online whining and crying about it. How they're not going to get our tax dollars. Like, who the fuck said that you're entitled to our tax dollars? I didn't vote for that. I would never vote for that. Although the impact on grocery prices is difficult to predict with precision, David Ortega, professor of food economics at Michigan State University, told Reuters that some retailers could raise prices to preserve their thin margins. So now that you're not going to get your government subsidy, you're going to fuck over the taxpayers who are already getting fucked and increase prices in the store so we, the suckers, can make up the difference if SNAP funding lapses. In other words, ordinary families could face higher grocery bills in order to cover the shortfall. So either way, we're fucked. We fund SNAP and have our tax dollars wasted in order to do that for SNAP. Or we don't fund SNAP and then they just raise all the prices on us. So we get fucked on the back end of this whole deal. Workers are impacted too. Nearly 1/3 of Amazon's warehouse workers relied on at least one publicly funded assistance program, such as SNAP. So they've got a job and they're getting food stamps. I'm not eligible for it with my job. According to a recent report. Put simply, if the funds run dry or face reduction in November, the ripple effects could indirectly impact far more people than just SNAP recipients. And this is the scam of this. This is like the pyramid scheme of this. You can't get rid of it, or it's going to destabilize everything else on the other side. It's like this grift that you can't undo. So you have to keep giving SNAP to people, or these companies won't make enough money, so they will have to raise all of their prices, which will cost all of us more money to take care of our families. Or you can keep taking our tax dollars, giving them to a fair amount of families that don't qualify for this and should not be getting it, so they can abuse our tax dollars, keep buying stuff from Walmart and Kroger and wherever, so that they can keep making their money, and as a result of that, they can keep prices lower for all of us. That's the scam. It's just one self-fulfilling prophecy. It just goes, it's like a circle. It just goes around. And either way, at the end of the day, at the end of that circle, the never-ending circle, in the middle is us suckers, and we're getting fucked over. So no, I don't have any sympathy for the videos I see about people who aren't getting their SNAP benefits. I want my fucking tax dollars back. That's what I want. I have bills I have to pay. I have food I have to buy for my family that I'm not gonna get any subsidies for, and a mortgage I have to pay. I want my money back. For all of these bullshit programs, I want my money back. So it looks like there's going to be a partial funding for SNAP as ordered by these left-wing scumbag Democrat judges, and they'll get at least a partial deposit of it, and then this will eventually get resolved, and everyone will go back to getting our tax dollars again. So you're welcome, everyone. Can the rest of us taxpayers at least get like a Christmas card or something? Like, thank you very much. Happy holidays. I'd love to get something other than videos of people crying about it online that we're supposed to feel bad about while we're barely keeping our heads above water to take care of our families. Fucking believable.